Hi, Democrats. Today is Wednesday, March 20th, and it's time for the Chair's Daily Live. Happy Wednesday. So today I'm going to do a brief legislative update because I want to cover some things just from the perspective of I think you should know. And when Representative Dollins joins us tomorrow, hopefully he'll cover the progress, like what was voted on and what got passed. But I'm just going to do what I used to do before Mickey agreed to come join us. So there are some bills that I think you should be aware of as they float through. They haven't been voted on, they haven't been rejected, but there are some laws and some bills that you need to know about because if we don't talk about them, there are folks who will never know what's happening. So the Oklahoma Supreme Court has rejected for the third time, 3 times. The Oklahoma Supreme Court has told the Oklahoma State Department of Education, Oklahoma State Superintendent of Public Instruction that no, you can't spend public tax dollars on private charter religious schools. However, at the same time, they're still meeting. They're still trying to make this religious charter school happen with taxpayer dollars, even though the Supreme Court has now said 3 times, can't do it. But that's hubris. Because even though the Supreme Court, not just, lawyer Bob, but the Supreme Court said no, and they are still just having meetings because they just know that it's going to happen. So we need to know, because what they think is that the public is going to lose their anger, that the public is going to forget that they're mad, or the public's going to pay attention to the next shiny thing, and they're just going to slide it in while we're not paying attention. And that's why I had to mention it today, because we got to pay attention. They're trying to sneak stuff under while they think we're not looking. While we're all up in arms about the superintendent of public instruction spending taxpayer dollars to promote himself, spending taxpayer dollars to go find out how he can be on Fox and Newsmax and OAN, taxpayer dollars. While we're all upset about that, and we are, they think that they can sneak in this private religious charter school because we're over here looking at this. And so I'm here to make us focus. We can be mad at both things at the same time. We can be mad at both things at the same time. So I just wanted to put that back on our radar. And while we're talking about the superintendent of public instruction, one of my least favorite topics, I have to mention that there are 47 school districts in Oklahoma under his purview, 47 school districts that still haven't received the promised pay raises. And it's because they're still looking for the $15 million to be able to issue the pay raises. So he's out here trying to be on TV, trying to be a TV star. We're out here trying to sneak in a religious charter school with taxpayer dollars and promising teachers raises and not funding them and not issuing them. We cannot let this happen and forget that it's happening or not pay attention because we're mad about something else. This is the same guy who, before he was superintendent of public instruction, was the guy who was supposed to sign off on Class Wallet, where all of that money was misspent, misappropriated. Same guy. Same guy who hired the TikTok, I'm not going to call names, the person who caused all the problems with TikTok. Same guy. So I don't like to talk about him because I feel like when we focus on one legislator, we forget all of the other trees in the forest. But today I got a little bit of time, so we're going to talk about what he's up to, because he's still up to stuff. He's still up to stuff, and his office, his seat is not up for election in this year, but that doesn't mean that we just give him a pass, because if we give him a pass, he'll easily get reelected. And gosh only knows what will happen if that's allowed to happen. So 47 school districts, no raises, still trying to slip in a religious charter school and using taxpayer dollars to promote himself. Honestly. So that's a real issue. Now, also in our state legislature, so every legislative session, somewhere around 3,000 bills get submitted by our legislators. They go to committees based on categories. They go to committees, they get debated out of committees, and then some make it out of the committee and some don't make it out of the committee. There were 54 in this legislative session, 54 anti-LGBTQIA2S plus bills, 54. Now, there are three that still haven't been killed. There are three that are still making its way through. But there were 54 bills submitted. I don't get it. And I am straight, I am cishet, all of the things. I do not understand the obsession with making the lives of others, well, first othering folks, and then making their lives miserable. Our House representatives get 8 bills. If I had 8 bills, I wouldn't waste one of them on trying to figure out how I can make somebody's life miserable. But there are 54 bills submitted this legislative session. 3 of them are still active. We still have work to do, guys. We still have work. There's the state Senate Bill 1677, which allows foster parents to disregard gender policy if it disagrees with their religion. What the heck? House Bill 3022. These are the ones that are still alive. House Bill 3022 expands the Oklahoma bathroom bill to state prisons. What? Okay. House Bill 3214 allows medical practitioners to decline procedures and to make medical decisions based on their religious beliefs. So it allows a physician, forget Hippocratic Oath apparently, allows a physician to say, well, I don't like how you identify your gender, however that works, and so I'm not going to help you. Those are bills that did not get killed in committee. They're still out there. So that's where we live. That's where we live, and we can't act like it's not there. We can't let it depress us, because I want to swing back and talk about Senator Rosini. I agree, Jana. Legislators need to stay out of our bedrooms and leave our wombs alone. Also, they need to leave people alone. If somebody tells you that their gender is this, it does not hurt you. It doesn't. It does not hurt you to acknowledge, affirm the gender that they're telling you. It just doesn't. And if you can't bring yourself to use their gender, just use their name. It doesn't hurt you. And we need to be better in society. But I want to swing back and talk about Senator Rosini, a Republican. And here's me not talking bad about this Republican senator. I don't know very much about this Republican senator, but I saw him today on TV fighting on the floor yesterday about his bullying bill, Senate Bill 1100, where he wants to put criminal penalties for bullying, including cyberbullying that leads to suicide. I think it probably needs a little bit more wordsmithing. But once again, I applaud someone who sees a real problem in our society. And he cited Nex Benedict and another queer student who committed suicide this year because of bullying. And so he sees an issue. And despite all the rhetoric that's coming out of his party, he's actually carrying a bill to address it. Again, I haven't read the bill. I don't know how good it is. Don't know if I agree with the bill. But what I do agree with is seeing a real problem in our society and trying to come up with a bill to address it. Again, haven't read the bill. I don't know if I agree with the bill, but it's directly to deal with he sees children dying and he's trying to figure out a way to stop it. And that's all we expect our elected officials to do. We expect our elected officials to see the problems in society and figure out how they can fix it. See the things that are going well and see how they can amplify those things that are going well. And to have great ideas to move our society forward, to take care of each other in our society, and to allow us to be able to take care of each other in this society. That's what we ask for our elected officials to do. And so when I hear that there are 54 anti-LGBTQ bills. When I hear that we're kind of doubling down on let's not teach all of history, and there are still people showing up at school boards trying to ban books and all that kind of stuff, I get frustrated. And so I am at this moment grateful that Senator Rosini, a Republican, saw a problem that is plaguing society, that is causing children to die, and is trying to put forth a bill to stem that. So I only mention that because I don't want us to give up hope. I don't want us to vilify a whole swath of our society. I don't want us to not be able to see when folks who usually do things that are kind of wacky do good things. Talking to you, Senator Langford. We need to be able to see those and compliment those, recognize those, and maybe they'll grow. Maybe more legislators will be looking at bills that improve our society, that help society, because that's what they're supposed to be doing. Don't give up hope. We have candidates running all over the state, rural, urban, municipal offices, school boards, city council, county commission, mayor. We have folks running all over the place. Pick a couple of candidates. Call them up, email them, text them, see how you can help them. That's how we improve what is happening, is that we elect better people. All righty, thanks for joining me, and I'll be back here tomorrow at 4:15. You guys have a great evening.